They really should have let this franchise die. But instead we're getting a Disney Plus original, The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. So let's talk about it. Buck, Crash, and Eddy try to keep the lost world from being overtaken by dinosaurs. Welcome, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. If this is the first time you are on my channel, I really do appreciate you clicking on this video. If you love all things movies like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button for more content. Ice Age is back. Never really cared about the franchise. Yet we have another Ice Age film, this time on Disney Plus after Disney acquired Fox. This is The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. It focuses on Crash, Eddy, and Buck instead of Sid, Diego, and Manny. They do appear in here, not with the voice actors from the original films. This movie feels so cheap. Like, it does not really feel like a movie. It is a movie, but it doesn't feel like it. The animation is poorer than the other films, even the first film. It just looks like a TV series rather than an actual movie, with the limited backgrounds to some of the scenes, to some of the cheaper animation to the characters. It all looks fairly weak compared to some of the most recent Ice Age movies. So as I'm watching this movie, I'm not just getting the feel of a movie, but instead I'm getting a feel of like a TV series just by the way that it looks. This movie takes two of the most unlikable characters from the Ice Age franchise, Crash and Eddy. They were introduced in the second film, Ice Age The Meltdown, along with Ellie, who was voiced by Queen Latifah. And they go on an adventure to find their own place to live, and they go discover the lost world again and team up with Buck to stop the lost world from being taken over by dinosaurs. It never really feels like the adventures of Buck Wild. It feels like the adventures of Crash and Eddy, as the movie is really focused on them. And sometimes their humor works in the earlier Ice Age films, but here in this movie the humor does not work, and the characters just become more unlikable as it goes along, and just quite obnoxious as well, to the point where you kind of wish it focused a little more on Buck Wild, because he was a really likable character. I did enjoy him with his introduction in the third Ice Age film, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Here he's pretty cool, but it doesn't really seem like it's a focus on him, despite the title being Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. For a good majority of the film, it feels aimless. In the beginning of the film, they had to shoehorn in Manny, Sid, and Diego, and Ellie, the characters that we saw from the Ice Age films. And really, they don't serve a purpose in here, rather than just trying to look for Crash and Eddy all throughout the film, very, very slowly at doing it, I must add. But it just feels like it's really going nowhere. Like, there's not really a strong plot within this movie. It's mostly just Crash and Eddy wanting to find their own place to live in, because they feel like they are getting in the way of Ellie and Manny's relationship, and they discover Buck and that there's dinosaurs that are trying to overtake the lost world. That's your plot. So for majority of the film, like half of the film, it just feels like it's going nowhere. There's like really no strong plot developing throughout. So it's relying on the jokes from Crash and Eddy, the zany moments from them too, and the animation, which is not very good. And then when we get to the meat of the story, which is with Buck and some new characters along the way, that's when it starts to pick up. Tells a story, not the best story, but actually does tell a story. The only returning voice actor from the Ice Age movies is Simon Pegg as Buck Wild. It is clear that no one else returned, from Queen Latifah narrating the beginning of the film, telling us everything that happened in an Ice Age movie, to even John Leguizamo as Sid. It is clear that these are not the same voice actors. They hardly match what the original voice actors brought. Besides the person who does voice Diego, they did a pretty good job capturing Denis Leary's voice acting for this character. But Simon Pegg's the only one that does return, and the only one that really seems to be having any kind of fun with the role. This seemed like a quick project, very limited animation, cheap animation as well. It's not my favorite Ice Age film. It's just really not entertaining as well. I expected some more upbeat, fun moments from this film that we just did not get that. For about half of the film, I just was completely bored until we did get Buck Wild, and then some of the more dinosaur story. It did start to pick up and provide for some fun moments, but for the majority of it, it was kind of boring. If they ever decide to do another Ice Age film, another Ice Age Adventures movie, put a little more effort into it, that'd be great. So before I give you my score for the new Ice Age Adventures film, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. If you'd like to see where the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my list of all 2022 movies ranked. I'm going to go ahead and give the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild a D+. Thank you guys for checking my review for the new Ice Age film on Disney+. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justina Machado Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.